Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Just giving it 1 minute. There. Okay. Welcome to the March 2nd update for North Tonawanda City Schools. We are here today to do some announcements, cover the recent changes in the mask mandate, and answer any questions that people may have. So, some of the housekeeping things that we have are return to normal, so to speak, with more events happening, which is very nice, and opportunities for the kids. So this Thursday, March 3rd, from 6 to 7:30 at the Carnegie Art Show, which is, everyone knows, the old library here in North Tonawanda. We will have that. Everyone's invited to come and see the great artwork that the kids have been doing. And we'd like to give a special thank you to the Remember Ryan Foundation for their continued and ongoing support for that event and many other little grants that they supply us with through the district. Today, we have a vaccine clinic and booster clinic at the high school, which is in the new gym, which is in the Fine Arts Center there, using the doors right between the middle school and the high school. That'll be from 3 to 7. There is a link to make an appointment, but last I heard, there were spots available, so if you don't mind waiting a minute or two without an appointment, I'm sure they could squeeze you in. And that's today again from 3 to 7, if anyone you know is looking for a vaccine or booster. All right, next update is on parent-teacher conferences for the elementary, K3 and 4-6. The intermediate building is Friday, and they get out at 11:30, and the K3 buildings, their half-day is 12:10. So please remember that those little ones will be coming home early this Friday, March 4th. Sports, we finished our winter sports. We're already into spring, which is nice that we're moving into spring and hopefully some nicer weather. So we have it on the website. It's posted on the website, but JV varsity sports will start March 14th. Modified sports will start March 21st, so about a week later. And then we'll be announcing dates because this will be the season that we do our unified basketball team. And there'll be more information for that and the flag football team that we'll be having this spring. Those are new, and so they're being developed, and we'll get you more information about those, but we're very excited. Also this month, we have a high school play. The middle school did an awesome job with Shrek Jr., and now the high school looks to dazzle us with a performance of Legally Blonde, and that is coming up March 17th, 18th, and 19th. There are 4 shows, even though it's 3 dates, because there are 2 on the 19th, an afternoon and an evening performance. You can go to the calendar online or go to the Fine Arts portion of the web page and buy your tickets in advance. With the new theater, we do assigned seats. So you can go on and buy your tickets in advance. And we look forward to a great time with Legally Blonde. And that brings us to masks. So the governor announced, we always sort of thought with our numbers dropping in Niagara County that the mask mandate would get changed. We really thought it might be not until next week, but she came on and made it start today. So today is our first day with masks being optional in the school district. In some of the buildings, there are still people wearing masks, and that's absolutely fine. They're more comfortable with that. But the governor's date of today did not allow for guidance that was already done, but we got some guidance last night that already changed this morning when I got to work. So we're deciphering that, and we'll put some things down. Everything stays the same. There's really, the change is masks are optional. We're still maintaining the 3 feet of social distancing when seated, and farther distance in lunch and those types of things. But there are some things with the Test to Stay program that changes if that's needed. So if someone in their class does become positive with COVID, the way that we do the contact tracing changes a little bit, and we think we've got it nailed down to what the changes will be, so that'll be posted on our webpage and give it out to the teachers and the nurses so that if you are contacted, they have the latest and greatest. It is already on the Niagara County Department of Health, but there's public and schools, and they're a little bit different, so we'll just give you the school one in a little bit. I see that there are some postings going up in the comments. The first one is the link to the sports that we mentioned and when that's starting. And then there is the link to the Fine Arts Theater performance of Legally Blonde. So by clicking on any of those, you will get taken to the right site to buy tickets or see what's coming up in sports. What else do we have here? The Vax Clinic is in there as well. So I appreciate Eric posting all those for us because that makes it real easy for all of you. And there is also the flyer for the Carnegie Arts Center. That should make it very easy for all of you. And if you share this post later, because I know not everybody is off at 2 o'clock to watch this, but we do monitor, as I mentioned before. So if you type a comment in later or have a question, we try to monitor that and get back to you within 24 hours. If it's a building question or if it's a district event question, we get it to the right person, or we type the answer in the comments and then you get notified what that answer is. Just see if there's any other comments today. So no comments at the moment. So the big thing coming up, just to remember, is that today is the vaccine and booster clinic, if you need that. And that this Friday is going to be a half day for our elementary students. And that we have the Carnegie Art Show coming up on Thursday. And then next week will be actually 2 weeks, is when the Legally Blonde starts. So you got a couple weeks to pick the best day for you for that. And we look forward to return to normal here with more events being planned for the spring. I know schools have been talking about getting back to normal with some reading nights, family reading nights, and things like that. So they may be a little bit different. You might see some slight changes, but we're going to do our best to get back to normal and invite people back into the schools to see the good work that all the students are doing. So we appreciate you and your time. Remember, you can always contact the building administrator or the office here, and we'll get back to you. There are a question about doing Regents exams. So right now, that is on. I know that the state testing for 3 through 8 is going to be taking place this spring. They have not canceled that, so everything is pointing in the right direction for Regents. But I would expect that there'll be some adjustments to what Regents are offered. They will kind of keep pace with the students who, in the last 2 years, were not taking them, and kind of rebuild that so we get back to the full 4 years of Regents being offered in all the coursework where it usually was. So that we haven't gotten that far in the detail, but I know that there's no memos canceling the Regents yet for June. We've already started, looking at planning graduation at Art Park, which is back to normal for us, and we'll talk with the advisors about the prom and moving that forward. Some things are going to be a little bit different just if the venue where we hold these have some regulations in place, but it looks like all those venues should be open and all those normal events should be able to take place if we continue on this trend with low positive rates of the COVID-19. And it's all of the versions of it that come across our path. So stay healthy, stay warm. Please share this post so that people can get the links to all the events coming up. And we look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks, which will be March 16th. Please follow us too for budget information because that's coming up as well. And we need everybody informed and your comments on the budget. So please take a minute to look at that. It's all linked on our webpage at www.ntschools.org. And stay safe, and we'll be back in 2 weeks. Thank you very much.